Hey everybody, it's KK's World today, and yep, we're doing the second pregame show. It's Sasuke Day. Just woke up about 2 hours ago and plan on pulling the old all-nighter here. So let's go ahead and tweet all this stuff out about me being live and whatnot. So get that out of the way. All right, let's go over to Reddit and why am I still in caps lock? um, no. Hopefully the lighting should be okay. We can always, fix that though. I have a large bag under my eye right now. All right. This one should be about as long as the first one, if I had to guess. It's obviously could be a little bit longer. I feel like, who knows though. All right, so I guess we can begin. Um, so I got actually a lot of segments. I do want to start off my very first thing, talking about how. Oh, forgot to check the audio. See how we're doing here. Talking about how. Oh, forgot to check the audio. See how we're doing here. Can y'all let me see if I can hear myself correctly? Or all right? Can y'all let me see if I can hear myself correctly? Or all right? All right. Yep, we're good. Go back to mute. All right. Yeah, let's begin here. Um, talking about how to watch Sasuke 41. Um, I've listed five main ways here that you can watch Sasuke 41. Number one, if you have Japanese cable, you can watch it on TBS when it comes on at 6 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. Um, Also on YouTube is probably the way that most people outside of Japan watch Sasuke live. YouTube though, streams I'd say they do get taken down a lot, so I don't know if that's really your best bet. Um, Discord, obviously, I know I'm not personally in the server, but the Ninja Masters Discord server is having like watch parties and all that stuff. So if you are in that server, I'm sure you already know, like the gist of all that. So I'm sure if you're in the server that you're going to be watching it that way. Third party websites is another way to watch it, but you should have antivirus on your computer. Strongly, honestly, I would, um, if you don't have antivirus, it's very, very, very likely that something bad is going to happen when you're watching Sasuke on a third party website. They are very sketchy, but as long as you take your proper precautions, I think you're gonna be all right. So, um, also after the broadcast, if you live in Japan, like you got a Japanese credit card and all that stuff, you can watch the Paravi broadcast. I believe like Paravi or TV or wherever they go through. One of those is going to have like all a broadcast of all 100 competitors. That's going to come out directly after the tournament. So, and then Twitch you can also watch. There's a lot. It's a lot harder to find streams on there than YouTube. So who knows? Um, if that's what you want to do, whichever way you choose to watch, make sure um, make sure you're going to be able to watch the entire time. Make sure that what you're doing is reliable. Make sure that you're taking your precautions if you're on a third party website. So yeah. I want to move on to the. I actually was going to do a tier list of every Sasuke tournament here. So this only has. Um, hold up. Let me add. I'm adding F tier because for some reason this tier list does not have an F tier. Um, but yeah, let's get started here with Sasuke 1. Obviously, the first tournament. I'm sure you've heard a lot of this stuff before, but I just like to update my rankings every year. Um, Sasuke 1. I feel it's a good tournament. It's a good tournament. It's definitely strange compared to what we got nowadays. Obviously, with indoor filming, easy cores. I mean, um, but I do think that it is one of the most important tournaments. It set a precedent for what was to come in the next 26 years and uh, and going. So yeah, I'll give it a B tier. I'll give it a B tier. Sasuke 2. I am going to I'll give 2. I feel like it's a tiny tad worse than 1. Mainly because I just don't find it as memorable. Of course, like you had Mori making the final stage for the second time. You had the Pipe Sliders debut. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually do absolutely love the original Pipe Slider. So maybe I will move it up to B tier. Yeah, but it's still staying below Sasuke 1. Sasuke 3 right here. I am going to go ahead and go with I'm gonna go A tier for Sasuke 3. I think very good tournament, memorable. Yamada obviously the highlight of the tournament. Um, Moving on though, we got Sasuke 4, the first Kanzen by Akiyama, and I'm gonna put Sasuke 4 in A tier, but below Sasuke 3. I still think that 4 is like it's a very good tournament. Obviously the first Kanzen, it's a very important tournament for that matter. I also think that the course was like laughably easy kind of. Stage 3 though, I did like stage 3 on Sasuke 4. I thought stage 3 was challenging. Obviously the cliffhanger made its debut. So I mean I feel like it's a very good tournament. I'll say that. It's a good tournament. Not Sasuke 3, but it's a good tournament. Moving on to Sasuke 5, and I pretty much feel the same way between 3 and 4 as I do 4 and 5. 5 is just a tad bit worse than 4 in my opinion. But 5 is also a very important tournament. It showed what the course can do when the course strikes back. Um, so I do still believe that Sasuke 5 is, a very important tournament, and I also think it's a good tournament. Even though, we didn't get a bunch of clears, but that's obviously expected for renewal, so, you can't complain too much. Sasuke 6, I'll be honest with you, Sasuke 6 is not my favorite. I do think, like, outside of Yamada, it's a pretty boring tournament, so I'm giving it C tier. Um, Sasuke 7, also, perhaps even more boring than 6, in my opinion. Um, It was Nagano's debut, but I believe that Nagano got all cut in his very first run, so what's even the point? I really can't think of anything memorable besides Shingo like dislocating his shoulder on the way up the spider climb. Um, but yeah, Sasuke 8 though I will say is very memorable, perhaps one of the most memorable tournaments. I'm gonna go as far to say that it's the best tournament so far. Up to this point, it was the best tournament so far. A tier. Obviously, Kane Kasugi, absolutely amazing. I think it's just personal preference, but I feel like a lot of people can agree that Sasuke 8 is up there with, some of the best tournaments of all time. Sasuke 9, though, is around. I'm going to put it above Sasuke 6 because we actually got to see Nagano's breakout. But besides that, like, it was a boring tournament. I'm giving it a C tier. Sasuke 10 is the absolute definition of boring besides Yamada. It's going below 7 for me. Actually, no, it's going. I'll put it above 7. I'll give it that. I'll put it above 7. Sasuke 11, Nagano's first of 3 times making the final. I'll put it again. I'll put it above 7, but below 10. Sasuke 12, though, I do think was a good tournament. I'm gonna put it. I'll put it a high B tier above Sasuke's 1 and 2. Um, very. It was memorable for sure. I'm gonna say that. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna give it like a high yeah, high B tier. I was trying to adjust the clock, um, or not the clock, adjust the freaking adjust the camera. Sasuke 13 though, I think it's back to really just like boring stuff. So I'll give it. It's going below 11, above 7 in the C tier. C tier is filling up rather quick. I'll say that. Sasuke 14 though, I think it is a step up, although not. I'm gonna give it like a mid B tier. It's in between Sasuke 1 and 2 right now. Um, I think it did well in terms of like kind of like a mini renewal. Um, that like that era of Sasuke, the long, largest era of Sasuke. Some people call it like the All Stars era, even the Golden era, to some people. I feel like 5 to 8 was like kind of like a sub era. 9 to 13, and then 14 to 17 was a sub era. So 14 beginning of an era that I actually enjoy. So I am going to give 14 a B tier. Sasuke 15. Let's just say that it brings the heat. In some good ways, some bad ways. Obviously, kind of a safety concern. Especially when you look at like Bunpei Shiratori having heat stroke. It's 30. I think it was like 34 degrees Celsius. That's. I actually do not know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's like 90 something, I think. Let's see. It is 93.2 in Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's very hot weather to run in. Even hot weather to just like stand in. So um, it was a safety hazard of a tournament, but it was also a pretty fun tournament. Like after stage one, I actually did really like the tournament. Stage three, the ending, I really didn't like, but it is what it is. It's still a B tier tournament. Sasuke 16 is going to be our worst tournament so far. I'm gonna put it in D tier because besides like the reverse fly and honestly not much else, pretty much the reverse fly. That's the only thing keeping it out of the F tier. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Sasuke 16. I don't like the results of Sasuke 16. I don't. The aesthetic, I will say though, like it looks nice. I like the reverse fly rope reverse. Look pretty cool. So, Sasuke 17 though is an absolutely golden tournament. I believe that I still believe that it's the most memorable tournament for me, at least in Sasuke history. So it's going in the S tier, obviously. I don't even know where to begin here. Nagano's Kanzen Shinsuke, freaking 18-year-old kid making the final stage. So just so much to love about the tournament. We'd be here until the air, probably through the airing of 41, if I said everything that I like about 17. So it's in the S tier. Sasuke 18, also a pretty damn good tournament. I'm gonna put it in S tier. It's below 17. I do believe 18 is another very important tournament as like established Shin Sasuke. Um, Hardest renewal of all time, in my opinion. Pretty much everything on the course was changed. And that was obviously reflecting the results of the tournament, which, renewal tournaments are supposed to be very difficult. So, Sasuke 19, building off of like low clear numbers. Sasuke 19 is the absolute king of that. The only tournament to end in the second stage. Um, but besides that, I honestly didn't really like the first stage. I don't know why. It just sits wrong with me. So I'm gonna put it. I'll put it in between Sasuke's 9 and 6 in the C tier. So it's like higher C tier range. Um, but I like stage three. I feel like if we got a stage three, like even just like one competitor, like if like Washimi made stage three, it would uh, probably be in like it would probably make it up to B tier. But that did not happen. Can't go back. Can't change history. So Sasuke 20, absolute epitome of a boring tournament again. Uh, I do not get why the first two anniversary tournaments were so boring, 10 and 20. Um, if anything, they should have been spectacular. They weren't. I'm putting Sasuke 20 in the D tier, below Sasuke 16 even, because besides Levi, I just pretty much no improvement whatsoever besides Levi making stage 3 from Sasuke 19. So, uh, yeah. Sasuke 21, though, I will say is I'm gonna give it the high. I'm gonna give it the highest C tier I can right now. High C tier. The entire tournament, besides the ending, was good. We'll just leave it at that. Obviously, my thoughts on the ending. I feel like it was very lackluster. Um, believe this was the one where Nagano got robbed. I can go ahead and check that real quick. I am actually pretty tired, so it's kind of tough sometimes to remember right. But yeah, let's see. Yep, Nagano got robbed in 21. So that's honestly it brings it down to a C tier. Nagano getting screwed over kind of sucks. Because that was the tournament where there should have been a final stage. I think the final stage would have been like different from when it was in 22 as well. And speaking of 22, I do think 22 was an improvement. So I'm gonna put it in between Sasuke's 1 and 14 in the B tier, kind of like middle of the pack. Um, a lot of good, a little bit of bad. um, just like the whole feel of it. I mean, it's just a vibe watching it. Obviously, the first final stage attempt, I think Yuji ended up getting pretty close. Actually, my Shin Sasuke knowledge, unfortunately, is like not. it's uh, it's kind of washed. Yeah, if he came up half a meter short, so yeah. Sasuke 22 though in the B tier. Um, Sasuke 23 is another improvement. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it is. I'm gonna say the highest high of B tier, high B tier, borderline A tier tournament. Um, Nagano, a very close call. As far as the content goes, Yuji failing was a pretty big shock to a lot of people. Um, Kano, it was nice to see more Shinserai members doing well. Kano, making the final stage. Um, I really like Sasuke 23 though. 24, in my opinion though, is let's just say that I love 24. Um, I don't know. I'm debating whether I want to put it as the best tournament above 17 right now. Um, I feel like I will. I think I'm gonna put it above 17. I'm gonna put it above 17. Best tournament so far. I mean, um, obviously highlight here Yuji's content. 5 people making the final stage. Stage three was kind of a cakewalk. Um, but still a very enjoyable watch. I know it was like the longest Sasuke until like 36, probably 36 or 37. Um, but it's a very good tournament. Ushered in a big Shinsei era. I feel like, the mix of like Colin making the final stage kind of brought back like the older, type Sasuke stuff. And then we have people like Hashimoto and Yuji making the final stage, which I really liked. And then and Okiyama, you could call him as yep, I'd call him a Shinsei member. And then Lee and Shi, foreigner, making the final stage. It got better, got very good towards the end. 24 did. Sasuke 25 though, um, I don't have as high of opinions on. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think it's above Sasuke 2, in between 14 and 2, in like the B tier. So probably it's honestly the definition of middle of the pack for me. Um, it's not a bad tournament by any means. Just feel like it could have done more in the renewal. I like kind of like the retro, bringing back old obstacles. Uh, and I also like the bridge jump. So it was a decent tournament. It was a decent tournament. I'll say that. It was decent. It's not good, but it was a decent tournament. um, Sasuke 26, F tier for me. Sorry to say it, F tier. Um, I think it's down there, potentially even the worst tournament of all time. Nothing happened. Um, Results sucked. I mean, besides, foreigners doing well, the results just absolutely just blew. No improvement on the ultimate cliffhanger from Sasuke 25. No progress made whatsoever. So, 26. Honestly, I remember Shingo's failed and Kuramochi making the third obstacle, and that's about it. Sasuke 27, though, I will say, obviously an improvement. Anything would be an improvement over 26. 27 though, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put in between Sasuke's 4 and 5. 27, obviously the course I feel like well, the course was nerfed, which kind of takes away from it being an S tier once I learned, once I did more research on, like the intricacies of Sasuke and all that. Once I started watching videos and all that, definitely know now that 27 isn't what I thought it was, but it's still a very good tournament. We still had a content, we still had great results. Stage 3 was still amazing, even though it was nerfed, like I said. Final stage was very enjoyable to watch. Obviously, Yuji being the first person to get the second content. Um, so I can't take too much away from 27. Sasuke 28 though, I'm gonna give it's an F tier, but it's above Sasuke 26. Reason I say that is because I feel like the course was at least good. I at least like the course. Obviously everything looked very cheap, but like the obstacles themselves, I really like the obstacles, like the escargot coming back, spin bridge coming back, um, jump hang kai. Although it did get stale after a while. Um, Crazy cliffhanger obviously is uh, probably my favorite cliffhanger of all time, if I'm being honest. But the results kind of blew. So, um, and like I said, everything was cheap and laid. Presentation was just non-existent. Um, so it's an F tier for me. But ushered in a new era that, spoiler alert, continued to get better. Sasuke 29, however, not by much. I'm putting 29 in low C tier, borderline D tier though. Very low C tier for 29. Um, we got pretty much the only difference between it and 28 is because is the course looked better. I like the hedgehog. I feel like the long jump and hedgehog were the long jump I think was an upgrade from the quad steps, but the hedgehog I feel like was a downgrade from the spin bridge. It's not Hedgehog was not a bad obstacle though. It's just that I really adore the spin bridge. So, but yeah, Yusuke obviously Yusuke's breakout run, and him, um, honestly, watching him rest is like watching paint dry. But um, it was good for him. Ushered in the era of the goat. um, so you can't complain too much. Can't complain too much on Yusuke. But Yusuke's not the only part of it. I mean, got a significantly higher amount of clears on stage one at least than 28, and stage two backstream. Don't didn't like the backstream. I thought the backstream was way too powerful. So and that's another reason why it's low. The backstream was honestly a safety hazard. But moving on though, we've got Sasuke 30, and we finally got an interesting anniversary tournament. um, I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier, above Sasuke 23, at the very top of B tier. I really like 30. Be honest, a lot of the summer tournaments, um, you'll come to find me that I actually really like the summer tournaments that are coming up. Um, the vibe of it is just really nice, and this is when I started getting into Sasuke is like 30, 31. So obviously there's some bias here, but I still believe like even like objectively that 30 is a pretty darn good tournament. Clearfest, obviously, which I like for an anniversary. We had a lot of old faces doing well. We had Nagano clearing. Um, we had Nagano clearing. We had Takeda. We had Shingo clearing. We had Kinokun Nakayama clearing. Um, and we also like the new faces. Like obviously we had Yusuke clearing. We had Rio. Had Kano. Had Asa. So um, stage two, pretty all right. Swap Salmon Ladder sucked, but besides that, I like stage two. Stage three was um, one of the best, I believe, in the show's history. Um, Obviously, Kawaguchi making all the way to final was amazing to see. After I don't believe he ever made stage three before that, so it was great to see him make the final. Great to see Rio make the final again, and Rio actually came very close to contenting. So yeah, good anniversary tournament, good tournament overall. 30. Sasuke 31 though, I will say Sasuke 31 is at the very tippy top of A tier for me. Um, Obviously the first content of who would later become the GOAT, Yusuke Morimoto. Um, the course kind of had like a mini renewal, but I do believe that the music box was a massive downgrade from even the Hedgehog. Um, Rolling Hill, though, obviously, we love Rolling Hill, even though it is kind of stale nowadays. Um, Stage 2, I liked. Stage 2, I think, had the perfect amount of, difficulty. Perfect balance of difficulty and, like, clear fail rates and all that stuff. About a fifth, I think it was, like, 17 attempts, 8 clears. Yeah. Um, about half, so, you know, all right with stage 2. Stage 3 was somehow better than Sasuke 30, I will say that, or on par with Sasuke 30. I don't know if I'd call it better. Um, Obviously, we had Yusuke clearing, and we had Kano finally clearing the crazy cliffhanger, and we had, like I mentioned, content from Yusuke. So not much you can complain about. It's not 24 levels of good, but it's very good tournament. Not taking away anything from it, really. Sasuke 32, however. I won't lie, a lot of people hate 32. I I don't hate it. I do think that it was, um, kind of like a lower point in, the show's history, especially like the Sasuke Rising history. But, I do, there are good parts of 32. I mean, I did not like the Ultra Crazy Cliffhanger being beat in its very first tournament. Um, but, Renewal Tournament, it was good. Course, I feel like changed just enough, at least on stage one. Um, Stage two, though, I do not believe. Yeah, stage two, nothing changed besides the reverse conveyor being added in. Obviously, stage two was an absolute joke in 32. Um, Stage three, though, gonna be honest, stages two and three are the reason why 32 is a D tier for me. Because stage three, I really didn't like either. Uh, Rain and The entire tournament, particularly stage three, was not handled well at all. Um, but it is what it is. It was a renewal tournament, so um, it's an renewal tournament in the post Monster 9 era. Let's just say that. So you cannot expect it to be, can't expect it to be good. um, Moving on to Sasuke 33 though, and somehow 33 is worse than 26. 33 is my absolute least favorite tournament of all time. I think it's a lot of people's least favorite tournaments of all time. Um, I do not like 33 whatsoever. Um, Absolutely nothing good about 33 except Yusuke's return, and even then, the flying bar was an absolute joke. Only thing that was remotely good about this tournament was Stage 2. Um, Stage 2 is actually a bloodbath, um, unlike how it was in 32. So at least 33 at a good Stage 2. I think for that, actually, I'm going to move it above 26. So it's in between 28 and 26 in the F tier. Sasuke 34, um, big improvement in my opinion. I'm gonna put it in between Sasuke 14 and Sasuke 25, kind of like that middle to lower B tier. 34, like I said, very good improvement on 33. 34 was kind of a clear fest, but um, it was a good course. Obviously, I do. A lot of people know that I do like summer tournaments, or at least tournaments that like filmed in the summer. Um, like I said, I think when I was like doing Sasuke 30, the vibe of it is just really nice. So yeah, honestly, props to Sasuke 34 for correcting 33. Um, of course, like the cliffhanger vertical limit combo was, be, um, we all realized that it was gonna be unbeatable pretty much. So Sasuke 35. Um, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it right below 34. Right below 34. I think they're about the same in terms of quality. Very different tournaments, obviously. 35 for the Dragon Glider, and um, I actually really like the Dragon Glider even to this day. I think it's a very good obstacle if built right, obviously. But obviously it was a bloodbath in this debut tournament. Only 8 people cleared, which I did like. It was like a mini one obstacle itself. Made a mini renewal somehow. Stage two, I believe, was kind of easy. I think it was like 5 for 8. Um, Not much you can really say like on stage two. It was average. And then stage three, um, they finally added the rest bar, so you pretty much knew that somebody was probably gonna make the final, and that ended up being Yusuke. Um, so yeah, I I like 35. I like 35. I'll say that. I like 35. Did what it needed to do. Finally, we got somebody in the final, so it was a good tournament. 36 is up there with some of the best in Sasuke history. I'm actually going to put it above 31. Um, I think 36 is amazing. We had uh, a lot of breakout competitors. We had like Araki, we had Tada, we had believe we had like Keitaro furthering himself. Had Darvish making to stage three. The tournament just got better as it went on. I'll say that. Obviously, stage two was easy. But I kind of do like a large stage three. It made for a very good watch. Very great to see, like Tada get to the vertical limit, and um, Yuji and Rio both making a comeback. And it was great to see Yusuke clear again. And pretty much uh, do what he pretty much did what he did in 40 was, you know, very, very close to the buzzer. Um, and that led a lot of people to believe that he would Kanzen in 37, which he ended up not doing because the rain is something that I can't say on stream. Let's just go with that. 37 though is going to be it's going to be top of C tier for me. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it bottom of B tier. Bottom of B tier. Um, It's not a bad tournament. The rain ruined stage one. Pretty much ruined the whole tournament. But they adapted. The competitors adapted. We still got 8 people in stage three. We had Yuji coming heartbreakingly close. We had Tada making it to the final. We had Renee uh, blasting the course on his first try, making it to the final. Um, both failed the salmon ladder. I don't know how I really feel about that, but it's all right. And the rain actually ushered in some shock fails. We had like Keitaro failing. We had Yusuke failing. We had Shingo failing. Although it's debatable whether that's the rain or the trampoline's fault. But 37, it was a good tournament. 38, the COVID tournament. 38 is amazing in my opinion. Actually, I'm gonna put it S tier, below all the other tournaments, but it's still S tier. Um, Yusuke's second win, obviously the highlight of the tournament. We actually had a hard stage two this time. We only had 5 people make stage three, I believe, out of 14. Um, so it was very nice to see a change of pace with like the rolling log and stuff. And I really do. Stage one, like the first half of stage one, really sucked. Obviously, I feel like but the second half, picked it up. Second half picked it up. Stage two was good. Stage three, not as good as 36 or 37, but still good. And then just seeing a Kanzen, like in a year, like 2020, just seeing a Kanzen, the emotional appeal of that, the shot of Yusuke and Nagano, like at the end, was amazing. Um, One of the best moments in Sasuke history for sure. Sasuke 39, though. You know, I'm starting to think that every single renewal tournament in the post Monster 9 era is just gonna suck. Because 39 is honestly I'm gonna give it D tier. It's below 32, but it's above 16. Um 39 though, it's a good tournament. Oh, why the hell did I just say that? Like it's I feel like I just have like filler words sometimes, but obviously it's not the best tournament around. Um Stage one again kind of got screwed with the rain, and then stage two was laughably easy. Um but stage three was pretty good. I'll say that. Having a lot of people that you don't normally see there. Obviously, like Muto's breakout was pretty cool to see. Suzuki getting back was nice. You know, can't can't complain much about like the later stages of the tournament. Stage one though was just abysmal. Stages one and two were just horrible. I don't know how you can slice it. But Sasuke 40 though, was a big improvement, I will say. I'm gonna put it in between Sasuke's three and four. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it in between Sasuke's 31 and 8 in the A tier. Um, I think that it was very good of as an anniversary tournament. It did its job extremely well. Had old like just like Sasuke 30, we had old clearing like Kane Kasugi and Shingo Yamamoto, both 48 breaking those age records. And we had newer people like we had Yusuke, we had Tada, we had Araki clearing finally again. So I don't mind 40 whatsoever. I don't think it's like a GOAT tier tournament, but it's a very good tournament. It's very memorable. It's gonna stick with you for a while. I still vividly remember it, and I know Yusuke's close call just makes this tournament this year a lot more exciting. Which, speaking of this tournament, we just passed the 3.5 hour mark. So three, little under 3.5 hours to go. 3 hours 26 minutes, if I'm doing my math correctly right here. Um, I liked it though. But that's about it for the tier list. Which actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. um, but yeah, let's move on to some hopes for Sasuke 41. Good weather on later stages. I've heard like speculation that like there might be like some rain on stage three in the final. I really don't care about stage two because like the backstream is already wet anyways. Um, Hopefully, if it is raining on stage two, it doesn't uh, eliminate like the rolling log again because that was unbelievably stupid and just made for a boring watch. But I really don't think it's gonna like rain that hard. Obviously, I don't think stage one is gonna have any rain. From what I've seen, like the pictures on the Instagram and all that, the interviews, yeah, I stage one is most likely rain free. So just got to worry about the later stages, and I think um, definitely like a good weather on later stages is gonna lead to good results on the later stages. I really do hope that block is hard. I believe that it does from like the pictures I've seen. It looks like two triangles. Um, so I block. Honestly, I think it was pretty hard in Takeshi's Castle. Like I know like Araki failed it. I think Yamada and Yutaka Kian failed it. So it's definitely got the potential to take out like some established competitors. Um, so can't I feel like it's going to be a hard obstacle. Maybe not like a bloodbath. I don't want it to be a bloodbath. I just want it, to like take out some more people. Kind of not exactly how the Dragon Glider did, not as hard as the Dragon Glider, but I want it to make its impact. I want it to do its job. That's all I'm saying. More breakouts. I think more breakouts are absolutely necessary for the show going forward. I think we got a good pool of competitors right now, but adding to that pool would just make the show more exciting. So, having people like maybe like Geo, breaking out, having people like Yuta Nakashima breaking out, maybe one of the Koshin winners or Trials winners breaking out would be nice to see. And I think my biggest hope is just good editing because Sasuke 40 obviously wasn't the best in that department. And I actually do believe that 41 is going to have better editing because we don't have like as many like we don't uh there's not as much time to waste on certain people. Let's say that like Hikakin isn't here and Hikakin took up a lot of time, but I feel like somebody like Ano or Fuma is going to take up that time. Akiyama's not here, Ken Kasugi's not here. Not saying I don't like them being there, but like they take up time, especially if you don't do well. I don't want you to take up time. If you don't do well and you're just like some celebrity, I get it why, but like you never like to see just some idiot who spends 50 seconds on the rolling hill over a minute or something like that. So yeah, hopefully we get good editing, and on the later stages too. Hopefully, not the need for a ton of digests. But it's a newie. I'm not holding my breath though. It is what it is. Uh, I got some thoughts on block that I want to share. I think block is a very I think it's going to be a hard obstacle. Like I said, pretty much everything I said in my hopes is true. I actually do like the concept of it. I was watching like the Takeshi's Castle version, and I think it's a good obstacle. Even the shortened version is going to be pretty fun to watch. So and from what like like from the highlights in the trailer, it's probably going to be a hard obstacle because they uh, in the 38 trailers they didn't highlight the soak slider that way. Um, So it's probably a pretty hard obstacle. So it's probably going to make more of an impact than the silk slider did. Um, vertical limit. Vertical limit is also likely modified for this tournament. If you guys know what the nail clippers are from A&W, it's like an obstacle from A&W 9, and definitely if that is the case, it's which I hopefully it is. It's gonna make a huge impact. Could potentially um, change up like major results of the tournament. Um, and I really do like the concept of it. I believe that like they spin too. I don't know if it's like motorized, but it looks like they would spin. So at least, and they could be motorized. I feel like that would just add on to it more the RNG type feel of it, like luck almost. Um, So hopefully, I feel like it's if it is gonna be in Sasuke in stage three, it's gonna be a very fun obstacle. It's gonna be impactful as well. I think. Let me get a drink. My throat is honestly starting to hurt from talking so much the past couple of days, whether it be on these live streams or just like in general, like on calls about Sasuke. So gotta stay hydrated. uh, Time limit on stage one is something that I want to focus on. Um, It was heavily speculated, and I believe it's pretty much confirmed now that stage one, uh, the time limit has been raised by 10 seconds to 110 seconds, um, which I feel like Anui is honestly just trying to get like a new record to replace Campbell. But then again, block is a fast obstacle, so I really don't know why there's an increase in the time limit. And also, the first warp wall's not there, so like it kind of just balances out. But maybe he's trying to give like people like more time to recoup themselves for block because it's a very different challenge from anything on the show that we've ever had. So um, I think, but I um, don't know how to feel about the 110-second time limit. Also, stage two's time limit, I want to speculate on that a little bit. Probably going to be the same if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I want to say it was like 100 seconds in 40, but I'm not sure. I'm going to look it up real quick though. Let's check it out. I believe that it was um, like 115 maybe. It was 100 seconds, 115 for females. Okay. So the time limit is flexed for female competitors. I feel like that's going to be a change that's going to be there again because I feel like Oshima is going to clear again as long as she doesn't screw up block. So, um, but nothing's changed on stage two. It's been confirmed. So there's really no reason to change the time limit. Especially since a lot of people were cutting it close last tournament. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes like 5 seconds off it, Masato Inui does. But besides that, like, um, not much to really do with stage two, honestly, as far as the time limit goes. Um, Also, it looks like stage one, according to Sasukepedia, is gonna have a flex time limit again for just female competitors. Over 50, doesn't really, I guess, no over 50 right now. It's just 135 for female competitors. Um, which I can see that because there's really nobody over the age of 50 that I can really see clearing because Shingo is still 49. Um, Nagano is probably the only person over 50 that I can see clearing. Um, but honestly, I really don't think it's going to happen because I think he would need more time. And as far as I know, they're not going to be getting that flex time. So, yeah. But moving on though, I want to go over to like some lists that I made. I have 3 lists here. Same thing as every year. I got top 5 candidates for a dark horse, top 5 candidates, top 5 celebrities, and top 5 overall competitors. I want to start with my celebrities, I guess. Number 5, I'm going to give to Kenji Darvish because coming off an injury, I really don't think that him doing well is going to be like. Don't know if he's going to do as well as he normally does, so I'm giving him 5. By the way, an honorable mention that I have is Yutaka Kion. Um, yeah. Because that's one that I can see getting close to clearing, but probably not clearing stage one. Uh, Number 4 though, I've got Takaru. Um, hasn't been here since 39. I believe 39 he failed the wall because of probably the obviously the rain. Um, but good weather this time. I think like being a boxer, gotta have good footwork. Gotta have good body awareness, all that stuff. So I think he's gonna be all right on block. So it's a good chance he clears stage one. I'll say that. Number 3, I am in between 2 people right now. Um, I think that I'm going to give it to. I think I'm gonna give it to Iwamoto for now, purely because I don't think Iwamoto has come as close as my number 2 competitor to clearing stage 2. But Iwamoto, one of the best celebrities. I will say he cares about the show. So, but number 2, like I mentioned, was Rentagata. So, um, definitely a possibility that he can make stage 3. I feel like. Um, do I think it's gonna happen? No, I think he's still gonna fail stage 2. But hopefully the Dragon Glider's built right, so he doesn't get screwed over, him and Iwamoto. But obviously number 1, you should have saw this coming. It is Kajiharu. Um, really, the only celebrity that is a surefire to make stage three, and honestly, maybe even only the only celebrity that's a surefire to clear stage one. Um, but yeah, Kajihara cares a lot. I know about the show. Always a threat to go far. So very easy choice for number one celebrity as of right now. Um, Dark horses. I am going to go number five. I'm gonna say Mabuchi, the Koshin winner, the guy, um, kid who ended up clearing the final stage on the Koshin. Um, think he has the best chance out of the Koshin winners and probably Koshin winners and trialists of doing well, um, sneaking out, sneaking out, coming out of nowhere really. Um, Number four, I have Rin Sagata because it's definitely a possibility that he'll make stage three for the first time. Um, and who knows how he could do on stage three? I mean, obviously he won't clear, but getting to like the cliffhanger would be a win for Sagata. I feel like. Um, Number three, I have Gio Shuzo Uchimiya. Um, feel like I really don't know how he is on his own course, but the time that it takes him as a super fan, the time that it takes for him to build that, to engineer that type of stuff, that's gotta be worth something. And he's younger than Matsuda, so he's actually got a shot, at doing pretty well. So could be a dark horse candidate, as well as number two, Yuta Nakashima. Um, Obviously came very close to clearing stage one last time, and he looks like he had a growth spurt. He honestly looks more buff. I feel like he has it in the bag to at least clear stage one. Um, Definitely, maybe a slim chance for me, but definitely a chance that he also clears stage two. Um, but then um, Daniel Gill is my number one dark horse. I define dark horse in Sasuke as somebody who's never cleared stage two before, regardless of whether they've competed or not. So yeah, I've got Gil as my number one dark horse because he has not competed in Sasuke, let alone clear the first two stages in Sasuke. And we all know that he's achieved great success in ANW, got to the final in 11, ANW 12 champion. Probably would have done very well in 13 and 14 had he competed. Last man standing in ANW 8, and he Kanzen in ANW 15 this past year. So, um, overall competitors, my honorable mention is actually Daniel Gill because I do believe that Gill's going to come right in and pretty much run wild. um, but starting with my number five, though, I'm going to say the other foreigner, Renee Cassidy. Um, I don't know how he's going to do as far as like the cliffhanger goes because um, regardless of how familiar I am with Ninja Warrior Germany, I'm not too familiar with it, but at least I know, Renee has problems with the cliffhanger back in Germany, and that's a cliffhanger that is not moving. So, um, and the one that he attempted in 37th Dimension was stopped because, no, because was stopped because of the rain. So, we'll see how he can do on a moving cliffhanger and just see if he can redeem himself from his fails in Germany. And I think there's a good chance that he can. So, um, number four, I'm gonna say Keitaro. Tough choice between him and my number three, but Keitaro came very close. Failed the pipe slider dismount last year. Heartbreaking. I still remember it. But very talented competitor. Obviously, Keitaro is. I think he's got a good shot of making the final as long as he doesn't do something stupid on stage two again. Um, and I think he's probably been trained. Knowing Keitaro, probably been trained for that pipe slider dismount. His grip is uh pretty much better than anybody else in the show right now. If I'm being honest with you, um, going off of purely grip, I think Keitaro is the best competitor in the show right now. Um, Number three, though, I am going to say Tetsuya Tada. Third place last year, got to the salmon ladder on the final stage, and there's really no reason besides maybe the vertical limit to say that he can't get back there again. Obviously, we know that he does have problems with the vertical limit, failed it in 36, failed it in 39. Um, but I really think that Taito, um, probably gonna bounce back. No, I shouldn't say bounce back, but I feel like he will adapt well to whatever new challenges that come his way. So number two though, I got Yoshiyuki Yamamoto, the second place competitor in last year. So Yoshiyuki, some competitor that I'm very fond of. Really love watching him. Obviously, I know a lot of other people love watching him. A lot of people were extremely happy when he made the final last year, and um, there's going to be improvement on the final. Definitely, probably this year. Who knows? Maybe we could be looking at a new winner. You never know. Um, but number one, there's really just one guy who stands above the rest, Yusuke Morimoto. Um, he is Jesus Christ of Sasuke. He's the Michael Jordan. He is the Messi. He is the Gretzky. He is the Brady. He is the whoever you want to talk about. He's the GOAT of Sasuke. There should not be much debate there. And if he wins this year, there is no debate whatsoever. I do not want to hear anybody say if he wins this year that anybody else is the GOAT. Not to start stuff with like, you know, um, a lot of good competitors in the show's history. Yusuke, the best in the show's history. It's going to be. There may not be a competitor like Yusuke ever again. I really don't think there will be. A competitor who is like as dominant as Yusuke has been the past 5, 6 years, really. Um, some argue maybe even like the past 8 years due to his first content. But let's move on. I have like some rapid fire stuff. Um, First thing, when will the first clear be? I'm gonna say Yuta Nakashima, number 42, is gonna be the first clear. Later, a lot later than usual. This is the latest first clear we've had since 37, 37 because Yoshi was 47 in that tournament. So yeah, 37. Um, so yeah, number 42, Nakashima. If all the Koshin Trials winners end up failing, then yeah, it's gonna be Nakashima. Pacing predictions. Like as far as like time goes, there's 5 hours of the tournament. I'm gonna say they're gonna spend about two. I'll say 2.5 hours on stage one, about half the tournament. Actually, no, 2:15, 2:15 on stage one. Um, Give me about 45 minutes for stage two, so that's 3 hours. Um, about an hour 30 for stage three. I feel like we're gonna have a large stage three, and then give me like the last 20, 30 minutes for the final stage. um, we got a lot of over unders here. Over under. I want to explain these real quick. A lot of these are gonna have point 0.5 in them, which means like I don't want to like if I just said like over under 40 whatever. There's no way of predicting that would be exactly 40. So 0.5. So like let's say I got like 7.5. Under would be 7 and lower. Over would be 8 and higher. Um, so over under 24.5 block fails. I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over. I think block is gonna be pretty difficult, like I've been mentioning pretty much throughout the entire Sasuke season. Um, Over under 19.5 stage one clears. I'm going to It's actually tough. I think I'm gonna take the over though. I think we're gonna still get like 20 clears regardless of how block is. We've got rising stars. Got people who can definitely like take places, fill up spots and all that stuff. So um, I'm taking the over. Um, Over under 5.5 cliffhanger clears again because we have a large stage three. I'm gonna take the over. If it was vertical limit, I feel like a lot of those cliffhanger clears might fail that vertical limit though. If it is true that it's like modified, motorized, moving, whatever, dropping, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, if it's modified. Um, Over under 39.5 people fully shown. There were uh, about 40 people shown in Sasuke 40. So and that was like with like a lot more like notable competitors. So I feel like I'm gonna take the over on fully shown. So over under 4 minutes of Seiya. Now this one is kind of weird because exactly I don't think it's gonna be like exactly 4 minutes, but like I'm gonna take the over obviously because Anui just milks the hell out of that guy. Um, gonna be honest, that was one that I put in there about 10 minutes before the pregame show, just just to screw around. Over under 11.5 stage two clears. I'm gonna take the over. Stage two is probably gonna be pretty easy. Obviously, there's gonna be people cutting it close, but given that we had a stage two clear record last year and nothing changed, um, over. Over under 2.5 finalists. With the vertical limit in place now, I really don't know, but I still think I'm gonna take the over because Yusuke and Keitaro I feel like will make the final stage. Probably Yoshi too. Potentially, there's other people who can make it, but I feel like those are the main three. Tada probably, maybe. Um, Over under 9.5 total timeouts throughout the entire tournament, which means like timeouts on like stage one and stage two and stage three. I'm probably gonna actually pretty hard. um, I think I'm gonna take the I think I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna take the under. Haven't taken many unders, so don't think I've taken an under yet. So yep, I'm taking the under on that. um, Final stage we'll have a few probably. Stage one there are gonna be some work ball timeouts. Stage two there might be a couple timeouts. So, but 10 or more, I don't think so. All right, time for something that I have been doing for 4 straight years now. Probably the longest running beside longest running tradition of these live streams. Well, the first one, I will say, the first one was a an actual video, the one for 38, but 39 onwards has been this all 100 competitors tier list. I believe I have 13 tiers here. I've got from lowest to highest, I've got stage one fail, unlikely stage one clear, possible stage one clear, probable stage one clear, stage two fail, unlikely stage two clear, possible stage two clear, probable stage two clear, stage three fail, possible finalist, possible consent, and a consent here. So let's get started. Kenichi Akaba, Katsuhide Torisawa Fuwachen, Kaede Sato, Mei Higashimura, Aki, Ryota Sukada, Hayato Edi, Haruki Taga, Boru Nissan, Noda Crystal, Kuroda Haichi Join, Aihara Ryotaro, Koda Yoshida, Konan Shimizu, Yuta Yamashita, Keishi Nishida, Takashi Honma, Sayaka Unagi, Yoko Ogawa, Karen, Ninon Matsushima, Takuya Otsuki, Ryoma Nonaka, Hidetoshi Kajiwara, Subasa Sudo, Haruki Yota, Tetsuo Imazawa, Taisho Sato, Tomoaki Ishikawa, all those 30 stage one fails. Um, really no chance, um, really no chance of any of them clearing. Obviously, get interesting there. 31. Yuta Ishizuka, I am going to say probably I'm going to give him a maybe, a possible stage one clear, as well as Ren Inamata. Um, Hiromu Mabuchi, I'm going to give him will probably clear stage one. He's probable stage one clear. Mikio Hiruma and Kai Nagao, I will say a possible stage one clear, as well as Haru Nakamura and Takumi Chappie, who I will also, say a possible stage one clear, and then Kotaro Soma, I'm gonna give him like the probable stage one clear. Riki Sanada and Soto Nishino will both fail stage one though, in my opinion, 39-40. Kaio Nagano, um, because of his development, I'm still gonna say unlikely stage one clear. Yuto Nakashima, I am going to say I think he's gonna make stage two. I'm gonna say unlikely stage two clear. Um, Hayato Takasuka. I'm gonna say stage two fail for Takasuka. Uh, Hayate Kajihara. Um, stage three fail for me. Stage three fail. Wasabi. Um, Honestly, kind of tough to say Wasabi. There's been a lot of speculation that he could clear. I'm gonna go with possible stage one clear. He might do it. Um, Obata no Oni-san, I'm gonna go with unlikely stage one clear because the athleticism's there. Almost failed the Dragon Glider, but who knows how he'd do on the tackle and wall combo though. Um, Omiokuri Janin Shinichi. Omiokuri Janin Shinichi. Let's go with that. Number 47. And DJ Genta or Genta, 48. Both fail in stage one, in my opinion. Koki Takeyanagi, I'll say might clear stage one. Possible stage one clear. Rin Sagata, I'm gonna say might clear stage two. Actually, I'm gonna move him down one. I'm gonna say unlikely stage two clear. Um, reason I'm kind of flying through these, by the way, is because I already did a lot of these in my results predictions and my SMF predictions. So, um, Masashi Hioki, I'm going to say might clear stage two. I don't have him in the stage three fail tier that I have really for like the past probably every time I've done this so far. So yeah, it's a might clear stage two for me. He's getting up there in age. Shuzo Ushimiya, I'm gonna say unlikely, unlikely stage two clear. Taichi Arakawa, Taro Umebayashi, Fumiya Sano, Hiroki Misono, Yuki Unjo, Kyosuke Yoshioka, Ryosuke Miyaoka. Actually, no, leave Miyaoka out of there. So 53 to 58, those are failing stage one. Miyaoka, I've heard things about him. Could maybe he could clear, maybe, but in my opinion, I know too little about him, to give him a realistic chance. So I'm gonna say unlikely stage one clear. Yusuke Goto, I'm gonna say might clear stage one, as long as he doesn't, as long as he doesn't screw up. Kind of, Goto kind of makes silly mistakes. I believe that he was overhyped. It is what it is though. Shunsuke, again, I'm gonna say might clear stage one. Who knows if he'll fail the Dragon Glider, or he'll fail the Spider Walk, or if he'll fail the Rolling Hill, or if he's gonna content. It's Shinsuke. Well, he's not content, I'll say that. But no, the three obstacles that I mentioned previously are all Shinsuke type of obstacles to fail. Tomoshige, Takahiro Hamada, Soshina, Seiya, Ano, Kanechika, Fuma, Todaka, Nakamichi, Mokumoto, uh, Yoshido Sato, Norimi, Koizumi. They are all failing stage one, in my opinion. Yoichi Sukada, ABCZ, obviously. Sometimes I like to call him the Sasuke SpongeBob. I really do not know why. I think I heard that in a TSN video once, and I was like, it just stuck with me sometimes. Um, but I will put him in the unlikely stage one clear. Really don't think there's a good chance of him doing it again. Seiwan Okazawa is going to fail stage one, in my opinion. Jin Sato is a stage three fail. No, pretty much no need to elaborate on that. Tomohiro Muto, I'm gonna say he's a stage two, not stage two, stage three fail as well. Naoki Araki, I'm gonna say might clear stage two. Um, Araki's pretty much Araki's pretty inconsistent as far as like his results go, so might fail stage two. Keitaro Yamamoto, I am going to go. I'm gonna say that he's a finalist. I'm gonna say that he's a finalist. Um, has potential to get there. Probably gonna happen. Hopefully it does. He's been trying for so long. Would be great to see him get to the final. Yutaka Kian, I'm gonna say might clear stage one. It's borderline between that and like an unlikely, so I'm gonna say might clear just to give him the benefit of the doubt. Kenji Darvish though, is gonna be at that might clear stage one too because I think correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but he was injured going into the tournament as well. because a lot of people speculated that he would be missing another tournament, but he, I guess, decided to compete anyways. So who knows how he would do? I'm just gonna say might clear stage one though for now. Ayano Ushima, um, I'm gonna say stage two fail for Oshima. Stage two fail for Oshima. I don't think she's gonna fail stage one again. Really, Black is really probably the only challenge for her at this point. Maybe the wall. Um, all right, Eiri Yamada, is gonna fail stage one. Natsumi Sonoda is gonna fail stage one. Ikuma Horishima is gonna fail stage one. Nobuhiro Masuda is gonna fail stage one. Hikaru Iwamoto though, I'm gonna say he'll probably clear stage one. I'm not gonna put him at stage two fail, but he will probably clear stage one. Because there's always a chance of him falling again. Um, Actually, I'm gonna move him up to a stage two fail. I really don't think Black might not. I don't think it's gonna be that bad for him. I might regret that though. Watch him fail Black. Just watch him fail Black. It would be more like, especially just getting like the number predictions yesterday, getting like seven or whatever it was, 7 or 8 competitors, one off. Um, uh, but Takeru, I'm gonna say I'll give him Takeru though. I'm gonna give him probable stage one clear. We'll probably clear stage one. No rain this time. Good with his feet. I'm not worried about him on Black. Should be all right. Um, he did Dragon Glider in the rain, so obviously he's gonna be able to do it in good weather. So, Ryo Matachi. Um, I I think Ryo redeems himself. I'm gonna say it right now. I think Ryo redeems himself. Stage three fail though. Stage three fail. I can't put him any higher than that really. All right. Tomohiro Kawaguchi. Um, I'm gonna say might clear stage two. I feel like he's gonna clear stage one again. But he finished stage two with pretty much no time left. Let's see though. Yeah, he had 0.09 seconds left. I mentioned that in my first pregame show too. Yeah, so might clear stage two from Tomo. Daniel Gill. I'm gonna say possible finalist. Right off the bat, very first tournament. Obviously, we know his success internationally. Um, Two-time finalist, two-time champion. So feel pretty good about that. Renee Castley. I'm also gonna say possible finalist because Cliffhanger and Vertical Limit I feel like might be a big challenge for Renee. Um, Especially since I know that given like how he does in Germany on the Cliffhanger, either it's mental or he just has a problem with grip strength. Who knows which one it is, but probably both are gonna end up playing a factor in how he does. Shingo. I'm gonna say Shingo might clear stage one. I don't think it's a given. It could have been a fluke. It might have been his last time ever clearing stage one, but um, I'll say he might clear. Yamada though is failing stage one. Has cleared since SASUKE 12. Obviously, absolutely no hope for Yamada. Um, but, although I do feel like Yamada could get to like Black though. So, and it's good for him being out there though at 58. Makoto Nagano. I'm also gonna say that Nagano might clear stage one. Depends on if he can speed up or not. I know his lungs are bad, obviously, from like obviously smoking. His lungs are bad. Obviously, he's above 50 now. He's 51. He's getting up there in age. So, yeah. Yuji. Um, did Yuji cut it close at all last tournament? Is my question. Yes, he did. 0.4 seconds left. So I'm gonna say that he might clear stage two. Getting up there in age, just like Kawaguchi. He's 45 now. So, Tatsuya Tada. I'm gonna say he's gonna be a possible finalist. Vertical limit, I really don't know. Tada, out of all the people I think can be finalists, um, him and Renee are the ones I'm most worried about as far as whether as far as the new vertical limit goes. So I'm gonna say a possible finalist. Tier for Tada. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. I'm gonna say finalist. I don't think he's gonna Kanzen, but good to see him out there. Good to see him. Good to see him in his prime right now, in the middle of his prime. Um, I feel like he's gonna be all right if in the event of the vertical limit being changed. And finally we got Yusuke Morimoto, who I am going to put in the contents here. It's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen. It's third win, bring it on. Third win, bring it on. Let's go. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. um, but no, but really, yeah. As long as vertical limit doesn't give him any problems, as long as block doesn't give him any problems, as long as as long as he can adapt to, like, the rain, if there is rain on the final stage in stage three, I think he's gonna be all right. He should be already Kanzen. He should be all right to get his third win, break the record. Obviously, if he just gets the final, he breaks the record for most final appearances. And if he clears the final, if he Kanzens, then obviously he got the most Kanzens out of anybody. So, um, and I believe that if um, honestly, even if just one of those happens, um, even if he just gets to the final, I honestly still think that he's just going to be the GOAT. In most people's opinion after that. And if they haven't already said that Yusuke is the GOAT, they're probably going to say it after this tournament. But that's about all I got today. I am going to, watch some other pregame shows, talk with some fellow SASUKE community members about the upcoming tournament. Less than 3 hours now. Um, we're getting ready. Um, should be a very think it's got the opportunity to be a very good tournament. Um, I don't know. I've got obviously I want to temper my expectations, but I got high expectations. I'm just gonna say it right now. um, I got a feeling that it's gonna be that's gonna be a very good watch. So um, but yeah, with that all out of the way, I hope you guys are looking forward to Sasuke 41. Hopefully, um, obviously, if you're up, want to go over the times though real quick. Even though most people probably already know them by now. In the USA, it'll be on at 4 a.m. on the East Coast, 3 a.m. Central, 2 a.m. in like the Mountain Time Zone, you could call it, and 1 a.m. in the on the West Coast. Um, UK, it'll be GMT or whatever. Time around the prime meridian is going to be about 9 a.m. So probably like an hour or two after that for um, that time, or like an hour after or 2 hours after for the vast majority of Europe. So late morning. And then Japan, obviously 6 p.m. So that would be probably like an that would be about lake. Um, that's evening. That's evening in Japan, obviously, and then kind of closer to night if you're like watching in Australia. So, um, just highlighted like some of the major parts. Obviously, go check out how far your time is off from the 6 p.m. start of the Japanese time. Um, so, but yeah, with that out of the way, like I said, I hope you guys are looking forward to watching third Sasuke 41. I know I am. So, um, possibly I might do a little recap, like little recap live at the end of the tournament. Who knows? But if not, then my review will probably be out. Hopefully by the end of the week. Hopefully by the new year. But yeah, if I all the way, enjoy Sasuke 41. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, stay happy and healthy. Enjoy the show, guys. See y'all.